Adopted children who found your birth families, what secret did you discover that no one was prepared for? I spent years searching for my birth mother only to discover she'd been searching for me too apart from the cell next to my prison bunk. Growing up, I always knew I was adopted. My adoptive parents were wonderful, open about my history, and supportive when I started searching for my biological family at 23. All I knew was my birth mother's first name, Diane, and that she'd been very young when she had me. After 3 years of dead ends, I gave up the search to focus on my nursing career. Life was good until I made one catastrophic mistake. I was working overnight shifts at a hospital pharmacy, struggling with insomnia, and started self-medicating with leftover patient prescriptions. One night, I was caught because of the quantity and variety of medications I'd taken. I was sentenced to 18 months in a women's correctional facility. It destroyed my career, my relationships, and my self-respect. My adoptive parents stood by me, but I'd never felt more alone. 2 months into my sentence, a new inmate arrived in the adjacent cell. She was in her 50s, soft-spoken with familiar eyes. We started talking through recovery programs, became workout partners, and eventually friends. Diane had been in and out of prison for decades per all drug-related offenses stemming from an addiction that began when she was a teenager. One night, she showed me a small, worn photo she kept hidden in her Bible porn, a newborn baby with a distinctive heart-shaped birthmark on their shoulder. My daughter, she whispered, born the 12th of January. I named her Hannah before they took her. I've looked for her my whole life. Between the chaos, I froze. The 12th of January is my birthday, and I have that exact birthmark. I couldn't speak, couldn't process what was happening. I waited until the next day. When my thoughts were clearer, I showed her my shoulder. The sound that came from her wasn't quite human. Paired somewhere between a gasp and a sob, DNA tests later confirmed what we already knew. My birth mother and I had been searching for each other across decades, only to find ourselves locked in the same building, serving time for variations of the same mistake. As we compared stories, the parallels were eerie. We both struggled with insomnia, both self-medicated, both excelled academically before addiction derailed us. She'd even been a nursing assistant before her first arrest. My adoption records revealed another layer. My birth mother had specifically requested a family with no history of addiction, where even at 17 that something in her was broken. We've both been released now. She lives 10 minutes from me. We're navigating a relationship that has no roadmap, pattern somewhere between strangers, friends, and mother-daughter. We attend recovery meetings together, sometimes sharing our story. The most haunting question isn't whether addiction is genetic. Research suggests it partly is. It's whether finding each other sooner might have changed our path. Could her story have been my warning? Could my stability have been her anchor? Some family reunions bring answers, ours only brought more complex questions about fate, genetics, and second chances that neither of us was prepared for.